Dream Team, it's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are once again with Feli from Germany. 15 German brands you pronounce wrong. I'm interested to see what these 15 brands are, and before we do that, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media, Patreon, all up top. You don't subscribe to any of it, put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me, human. I talk back. You guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. What we got?
Hey, have you seen my Adidas shoes? Your what shoes? Adidas, the brand? Oh, Adidas. Not sure. Maybe you've left them in the car? Oh, in your friend's Volkswagen? Huh? Volkswagen, the car brand? It's a German car brand. You should know that. Oh, VW. Okay.
Yeah, all right. That's already two of them off the job. Yeah, Adidas. That's what we say. Adidas. I don't think I could ever get used to saying that, but I'll do my best. Adidas. And he said Volkswagen, Volvi. I'm intrigued.
You should know that. Oh, VW. Okay.
VW. Okay. Teach me some things.
Hello, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Felicia. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but have been living here in Cincinnati, Ohio, on and off since 2016. So a little update before I get into the topic. I had my wrist surgery last Tuesday. Everything went well, and my insurance approved it, so they're fully paying for it, which is great. I was pretty knocked out afterwards for a few days, but I'm doing better every day, and today is the first time that I thought I would try to record something, as you can see. I'm having my first follow-up appointment in 4 days, and as promised, there will be another video about this topic in a few weeks. But a few weeks ago, before I broke my wrist, I made a video about mistakes that many Germans make when speaking English, and a lot of you guys asked me to make a video the other way around about mistakes that non-native speakers make in German, and that's definitely going to come, but there's actually a very similar topic that I've been wanting to cover for a while. So that's what I'll talk about today. German brand names that English native speakers often pronounce very differently than we do in Germany. And some of these brands you may not even realize that they're German. So I made a list of 15 German brand names that are typically mispronounced in English. And I'm going to tell you how they're pronounced correctly in German and also give you a little background information on some of them as well. This video is sponsored by Skillshare, which I've talked about before. It's an online learning community that offers thousands of classes for creative and curious people like you and me. They have countless video classes about things like photography, video making, interior design, own a German car. And a lot of people talk about them or even own a German car. The first one is Audi. Most Americans that I know pronounce it like I just said it, Audi. In German, we say Audi.
That's what no, Audi. We say Audi. I thought. Maybe I'm sure. I thought everybody called it Audi. I've never called Audi. Audi. I might have a little German in me. I might be pronouncing some of these brands correct. Unlike I guess a lot of my American fellow parts. I got the pronunciation right on a couple of you. Okay, that's one. I feel like I'm right on.
Said it. Audi. In German, we say Audi. Audi. And there's actually a funny story as to where this name came from. In 1904, a guy called August Horch founded a car company called A. Horch und Company, Motorenwarenwerke Zwickau. But a few years later, he left the company and founded a new one. But he wasn't allowed to call it Horch again, and since that's not only his last name, but also means listen in the imperative form, he ended up translating it into Latin, and that's Audi. So Audi means listen. The company is located in Ingolstadt in Bavaria.
Audi means listen. That's one thing I did not know.
Is located in Ingolstadt in Bavaria. Then, of course, one of the most famous car brands in the world is this one. It's located in Stuttgart, Germany. I've heard Americans pronounce it Porsche or Porsche. In German, we say Porsche. So there's like this short A sound in the end. Porsche. It was founded by Ferdinand Porsche in 1930.
Is it Porsche? Porsche? Am I saying it right? Y'all let me know. Porsche? Y'all just say Porsche. I never heard anyone call it Porsche. But Porsche is what I usually hear.
A sound in the end. Porsche. It was founded by Ferdinand Porsche in 1931 as a company for vehicle development work and consulting. And one of the first assignments that the company had was from the Nazi government at the time to design a car for the general public, which was what later would become Volkswagen. And so they designed the Volkswagen Beetle, the VW Käfer. This one sounded super funny to me when I first heard how people pronounce it in English. I actually used to drive one back in Germany.
Mercedes-Benz. No way we're getting that wrong. No, it's not Mercedes.
People pronounce it in English. I actually used to drive one back in Germany. So most Americans call this Mercedes. In German, we pronounce it Mercedes. So Mercedes versus Mercedes. Mercedes. So it's really pretty different. And the full name, of course, is Mercedes-Benz. I've also heard that in England, people also refer to Mercedes as Merc. A German will not know what you're talking about if you say that, just for your information. Originally, it was just the company Daimler Motorengesellschaft, founded in 1890. The name Mercedes was added later, inspired by a Daimler car dealer called Emil Jelinek, who was also driving car races under the alias Monsieur Mercedes, which was based on his daughter's first name, Mercedes Jelinek. The name was later also used for one of the car models in the year 1900, and then eventually became the name of the brand itself.
I absolutely love the background on that one. So, Mercedes.
100, and then eventually became the name of the brand itself.
What we got next?
This one simply has 3
BMW. That's easy. That's easy money. BMW.
Of the brand itself. This one simply has 3 letters, but of course they're pronounced differently in English and in German. In English, people say BMW. In German, we say BMW because W is pronounced W in German. BMW. And it stands for Bayerische Motorenwerke, which means Bavarian Engine Works. And of course, BMW is located in my hometown, Munich, which is the capital of Bavaria. The company was founded in 1916 and originally mainly produced aircraft engines. It's said that the logo represents a plain propeller, and it also has the colors of Bavaria, blue and white, to show the company's origin. Then after World War I, they survived by producing motorcycle engines, farm equipment, household items, and railway brakes, and built their first motorcycle in 1923, and then became a car manufacturer a few years later. They then went back to concentrating on aircraft engines again during World War II, using forced labor from prisoners in concentration camps, and didn't get back into car manufacturing until 1952. Overall, all of these German car brands that I just mentioned are more or less considered luxury brands in the US.
Yeah.
I mean, Porsche, of course, is considered a luxury brand in Germany as well, but Audi, Mercedes, and BMW are pretty much just regular car brands to us. Obviously, they do have expensive luxury cars as well, but the regular models are driven by people from all social classes in Germany.
Yeah, those. Hey, you got them cars. You got some money in the bank. You got one of them cars here in America. You got one of them. You got a little bit of money in your pockets. You know what I'm saying? You're in another tax bracket than most Americans. But those are definitely luxury cars. But that's cool that those are like other than like Porsche. The other ones are like kind of regular cars. They do have luxury cars in those brands, but they're common cars for everybody.
Models are driven by people from all social classes in Germany.
What we got next?
English speakers call this
It's Volkswagen. But what did she say at the beginning? Volkswagen?
Volkswagen, while in Germany we usually just call it VW, VW. But even if we did go by the full name, it would be pronounced Volkswagen and not Volkswagen. So just imagine that it was spelled with an F and V instead. Volkswagen. This literally means people's car or car of the people, and it was founded during the Third Reich in the late 1930s because Hitler wanted to have a car that was affordable for middle-class Germans and that met the needs of an average family. So this was his attempt to make cars something that wasn't only available to upper-class people, but to the general public. And the company is based in Wolfsburg.
So this was Hitler's idea.
Now,
Volkswagen is Hitler's idea. I don't like him anymore. Nah, but I don't think I've ever had a Volkswagen. See how I switched it up now. I don't think I've ever had a Volkswagen. But I've never had a family either, so it's just me. I get the whatever car is best on gas is what I get. But Adidas, and what does she have to be? Adidas.
Company is based in Wolfsburg. Now let's move on to something other than cars. So this is one of the brands where when I heard Americans say this for the first time, I didn't understand at all what they were referring to because they usually pronounce it Adidas, and in Germany we say Adidas. Adidas. Super different. It's the second largest sportswear manufacturer in the world after Nike, and I don't think that a lot of people know that this is a German company. It also has an interesting backstory. It was founded by Adolf Dassler, whose nickname was Adi, so the brand name is based on his first and last name, Adi Das. He founded the company at his mother's house after he returned from World War I, and he actually played a big role in developing spiked running shoes. In 1924, his brother Rudolf joined the company and they founded the Dassler Brothers Shoe Factory, but they later got into a fight, split up, and his brother actually founded his own company called Puma, which became the biggest rival of Adidas. So both Adidas and Puma are German brands.
What? That's crazy that they got in a fight, split up, and created like two of the biggest like brand like shoe. I know shoe brands, but sporting brands, I guess you would call them sport brands. That's crazy. They're like, freak you, I'm gonna start my own thing. And he goes and starts Puma, and my guy got Adidas, and both incredible.
Another shoe manufacturer,
Birkenstock. That's a Birkenstock.
That many Germans would probably consider very, very German. Like if you talk about something typically German, Birkenstock is definitely going to be mentioned, but of course this brand is known all over the world nowadays, and it's natural that people pronounce it with their native accent, so English speakers usually say Birkenstock. In German we say Birkenstock. Birkenstock, which literally translates to birch stick. The roots of the company go all the way back to the 18th century, by the way.
What we got? What's
From
the
shoes
next
to
one? Jägermeister.
alcohol, this is pronounced Jägermeister in German. Jägermeister. English speakers usually say Jägermeister, which is pretty much the same, just with a pretty thick accent. And people also often use the abbreviation Jäger, like, can I have a shot of Jaeger, please? It literally means huntmaster. Jäger is the hunter, and Meister is master, and it's a German herbal liquor. This is a German grocery store.
Aldi.
You can also find them in other European countries, and they even have some stores in the US. I usually get the majority of my groceries at Aldi here in the US. In Germany, we call stores like Aldi or Lidl discounters because they sell groceries for very low prices. In English, people usually pronounce this Aldi. I think I've also heard Aldi before, but I think most people say Aldi. Or they also sometimes add an S that isn't there in the end and say Aldis. In Germany, we just say Aldi. It has its origins in 1945 when the two brothers Theo and Karl Albrecht took over their mother's corner store and came up with the concept of having a small selection while having low prices. The name Aldi comes from Albrecht Discount, so Albrecht, which is their last name, discount. In Germany, we have Aldi Süd and Aldi Nord, Aldi South and Aldi North. Again, this is because of two brothers splitting up into two different businesses. In the US, the store is simply called Aldi, and it actually belongs to Aldi South, while the store Trader Joe's belongs to Aldi North.
Wow. That whatever. Hey, in Germany, if you get into business with your brother, you need to split up. Is what I'm hearing. Go into business with your brother, splitting up. you will create more success than you can staying together. So find a way to argue, find a way to split it up, and we're going to create two very successful companies.
The store Trader Joe's belongs to Aldi North. Now let's move on to cosmetics. Nivea is a German brand from Hamburg that's mainly known for its face lotion in the little blue container, but of course they offer a large variety of products nowadays. Again, I find the English pronunciation pretty funny here. English native speakers usually say Nivea. In German we say Nivea. Nivea. So the emphasis is on the E. Nivea.
Got Nivea.
This is a German hair cosmetics brand that you can...
I don't even know how to say that in English. Schwarzkopf? I can't even say it in English, to be honest.
This is a German hair cosmetics brand that you can find all over the world pretty much. In German, we pronounce it Schwarzkopf, which literally means black head. Schwarzkopf. English native speakers usually pronounce it Schwarzkopf or Schwarzkopf or something along those lines.
That sounds about right.
Deutsche Bank is the largest bank in Germany. Deutsche Bank also literally means German bank. Of course, you can find Deutsche Bank not only in Germany, but in other countries as well. Really? A good friend of mine here in Cincinnati actually just did an internship with them in their New York City location.
Really?
And she's also going to start a full-time job with them soon. And Americans usually pronounce it Deutsche Bank or something along those lines. And my friend always uses the abbreviation Deutsch when she refers to it. So like she said, I got a job offer from Deutsch, which is just really funny to me because that literally just means German.
I've never heard of that bank. I guess, yeah, like it's like she said, it's probably in select parts in the United States. And I've only been to maybe like 5 states in the United States. So that's a good reason. I've never been to New York, which she said it was when it was in. New York's one of the places it was in. I'm sorry. I've never.
Which is just really funny to me because that literally just means German. This is a German manufacturer of high-end domestic appliances, and it's not exactly pronounced wrong in English, but English native speakers usually say something like Miele. So it usually sounds more like an A in the end, whereas in German we say Miele. Miele. So the last letter is just a little bit different. And Miele really does stand for quality. If you invest in a Miele dishwasher or washing machine, you just know that it's going to be a good product and it's going to last. This is something that everyone knows and loves, hopefully. Maybe not everyone knew that Haribo is actually German. We pronounce it Haribo. Haribo. And again, the name originates in the name of the founder of the company, which was Hans Riegel, and he was from the city of Bonn in Germany. So Hans Riegel from Bonn, and he always took the first 2 letters, put them together, and it became Haribo.
Like that.
Riegel, Bonn.
I like that. And them gummy bears be off the chain. Them gummy bears, top notch, off the chain. Keep doing your thing. Haribo.
Haribo. Hans Riegel Bonn. Haribo. And last but not least, let's talk about a company that is not doing super well during these times, but it's one of the largest companies in Germany and second largest airline in Europe. And maybe you've flown with them before. In English, people usually say Lufthansa, but in German, we say Lufthansa. So the emphasis is on the first syllable. Lufthansa versus Lufthansa. And that was the last brand name on my list. So now, of course, I want to know from you guys which of these brand names you've always mispronounced and maybe which ones you didn't even realize were German brands. And also let me know in the comments below which German brand or maybe German celebrity name or something like that you've always wanted to know how to pronounce it correctly, and maybe I can do a follow-up video soon and let you guys know what the pronunciation is. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out my other language-related videos as well. You can find them in this playlist, and of course, don't forget to subscribe subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. And also make sure to activate the little bell next to the subscribe button to make sure that you get a notification whenever I upload a new video. Because right now with my broken wrist, things are just a little tricky for me and I can't really predict when and how many videos I'm going to be able to make in the next few weeks. But whenever I do manage to finish something, I'm just going to upload it whenever it's finished. So make sure to get the notification whenever that happens. And until then, you can see what I'm up to on Instagram and on Facebook. And you can also support me even more and join my Patreon family, patreon.com/, or support me with a small donation on buymeacoffee.com. Thank you guys so much. Stay safe and healthy, everyone, and I hope I'll see you next time. Tschüss!
I love her videos. I just love watching. She's so fun to watch. I don't know. She's so positive. She's so bright. I think that's what it is. But yeah, almost all of them I would have pronounced wrong. Almost all. I think Audi was the only one that I was close. The rest I was wrong. I probably knew like one or two were German brands. The rest I didn't know. Some I hadn't even heard of. But most of them that I didn't know were German. So it's cool. You get to learn while watching these videos and be entertained at the same time. All we got for this one. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Ring notification bell. Give the video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media and Patreon are all up top. You can subscribe to any of it. Put all the links in the description. All you got to do is hit the link. Follow me. Talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy D Neal. Out.